Hey guys, how are you doing? I am Wedderburn. I'd like to leave with you 5 truths about God's timing. Are you ready for this? I hope so. You see, waiting on the Lord can be a nerve-wracking and debilitating process, especially when such process requires significant standby periods, right? Whenever you feel like this, the best thing to do is reassure yourself of God's promises. The Bible is loaded with such promises and provides you with the answers you have been searching for. Learning these scriptures will increase your faith, cement your trust in His word, and equip you for the odds that lie ahead. So when you come to the crossroads, be patient, reflect, and take comfort from these 5 considerations, or I may say these 5 truths. Number 1, God does not lie. God is not a man that He would lie, nor a son of man that He would change His mind, as He said, and He will not do it, or has He spoken and He will not make it good. That's Numbers 23 verse 19. Unlike men who are flawed and untrustworthy, God cannot be either. His promises are unquestionable. You can reckon He will keep them even if they do not occur when you expect it to or expect them to. See, delayed expectation is not denial. It is only a manifestation occurring at a later time. Yes. Number 2, the divine schedule. For the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hurries towards the goal, and it will not fail. Though it delays, wait for it will certainly come. It will not delay long. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. There is a divine timetable for the promises or the vision oracle to be fulfilled. This means the accomplishment of the promise, the vision, or the oracle is in God's hands. He is the one holding the schedule. Being anxious will not fast track the process. So therefore, do not ruin the prospect on account of your impatience. Number 3, when you faithfully wait, you will. Yet those who wait for the Lord will gain new strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not get tired. They will walk and not become weary. Isaiah 40 verse 31. This verse, it is noticeable that the will is conditionally linked to the wait. You notice it? Notably, the will signifies the future and the wait, the present. Therefore, what you will receive from God is predicated on your waiting on His or for His instruction. So to truly appreciate God's will for your life, you must openly embrace the period involved, as this will renew your strength. Thus, God expects you to still trust Him in your moment of weakness. Number 4, reap in due season. Let's not become discouraged in doing good, for in due time, you will reap if you do not become weary. Galatians 6 verse 9. Reaping is an agricultural term related to a harvest. The Apostle Paul encouraged the Christians at Galatia to be grounded in their righteous living, as it may have appeared to them at the time to be unfruitful. So Paul gives the illustration of a planter that must bear the climatic elements and to overcome the rigorous processes that are involved in sowing or harvesting. Despite the prevailing circumstances, the planter is unbothered because he knows when the moment is right, he will reap from his labor. Likewise, brothers and sisters, remain steadfast in your good work, for in due season you will reap the benefits from doing so. And finally, number 5, God is infinite. But do not let this one fact escape your notice, beloved, that with the Lord 1 day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years like 1 day. 2 Peter 3 verse 8. On the contrary, the verse is not stating that 1,000 of earth's year is equivalent to 1 of God's day. Actually, Peter re-emphasizes the original account made in Psalms 90 verse 4. It says 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that has just gone by, or like a watch in the night. Please note, neither of the verses imply an equivalence between the 1,000 years and the day. Rather, they show a correlation between the 1,000 years and the day as seen from God's eye or God's point of view. Both the apostle and the psalmist are stating that either day and 1,000 years are irrelevant of God's infinity. Since God is not restricted to time, measurement is insignificant to him. A day or 1,000 years is no difference in God's sight. Both verses actually give homage to God's sovereignty. Thus, when God gives his promise, he fulfills it according to his will, even when it appears he is slack or slow in delivering. So I want you to hold on to these 5 truths and trust God that he will come through for you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.